Hello ladies and welcome to the Mum Boss at Home Community 5-day free reset. I'm so happy to have you here, and I guess I should say Happy New Year, because you will be hearing this podcast or watching this video on the 1st of January 2024. What better way to start the year than with me? Aren't you lucky? No, I'm really pleased that you have made this commitment to spend the next 6 days with me and making progress towards your goals, kicking off the new year in the right way, in the best way possible, and making sure that you start the year with some healthy habits and some time for you. In this introduction, I want to talk a little bit about what you can expect for the next 5 days, but I also want you to get to know a little bit more about my style, how I work, and what I expect of you in the next 5 days. Let's be clear. You've come here because you want to make progress towards your goals. You have come here because you perhaps need to kickstart the year after a festive period of indulgence, or maybe you didn't achieve your health, your fitness, your weight loss goals in 2023. You made some excuses and now you're ready to ignore those excuses. Let me tell you that my aim for you in the next 5 days is for you to have a breakthrough. Okay, I'm not going to promise you that by Saturday you will have lost 10 pounds, because that's absolute rubbish. But I want you to take on board all of the information and the knowledge and ask yourself the questions that I'm asking you to ask. And I want you to really think about everything that I'm sharing with you, because the aim for me is for you to get some aha moments, recognize in yourself, yeah, I do that. I do that as well. And, call yourself out on a few things. If you put into the next 5 days everything you possibly can, you show up for yourself and you don't listen to your excuses, by the end of these 5 days, you will have started to build some habits for yourself, but you also will have started to recognize some of the patterns of your behavior and your mindset that trip you up constantly. Now, I've heard from you that you struggle with motivation. From those of you that have filled in your reset form, thank you so much. And that you also are fed up of not making progress towards your goals, because you also want to live your life. Having that FOMO, having that kind of jealousy when you see everyone else is having fun and you've been kind of sticking to maybe some restrictive or unrealistic plans in the past. And you've probably tried lots of diets before, and I am going to talk about dieting, I am going to talk about weight loss, but I know that some of you aren't here for huge amounts of weight loss. You're here because you really want to make this year a year for you. And I just want to let you know that everything we cover in the next 5 days is still super relevant. Even if you don't have a huge weight loss goal, all of the habits I'm going to ask you to undertake are the habits you need to live a long and healthy life. And in fact, we're not really going to focus massively on weight loss because, like I say, in 5 days, it's impossible for you to lose a significant amount of weight. You might lose some scale weight, but that's possibly because of, increased movement, increased water intake, increased fruit and veg and protein. And obviously we are coming off the back of a period of time where lots of people overindulge, so you'll have some water retention that will start to subside over these days. The aim of this 5 days is not for you to lose weight. It's for you to understand how you can build the habits that you need to lose weight in a healthy and sustainable way into your life. So you will have tried diets before. This isn't a diet. And I'll talk more about that as we go through the reset and why this isn't a diet and why I don't put people on diets. Whatever your reason for being here, you've tried to reach your goals before and for some reason you haven't achieved them. And I'm going to be giving you over the next 5 days a taster of what it's like to work with me and give you the support that I'm here to give and that I give my clients to help you achieve those goals. Now, you might not achieve them in those 5 days, but you're certainly going to walk away from the 5 days having an understanding of what some of the barriers are and how you can overcome them. Now, to give you complete full transparency, ladies, I am launching a membership community that is taking everything that I do with my one-to-one and group coaching clients, and I'm putting it into a community program where you can get nutrition support to achieve your goals, whether those goals are weight loss, muscle building, eating for health. You will get live workouts, you'll get coaching and accountability from me, all within a community environment. So it's not just me, it's everyone else is there to support, cheer you on and keep you accountable. And I'll be talking about that through this week. Now, you may decide that I'm not the right person for you to work with, or now is not the right time for you to work with me, and that's absolutely fine. What I ask is that you continue to show up for yourself daily as part of this reset, whether or not you're considering coming and working with me at the end of it, because what you're going to get is gold. Okay, everything that I'm bringing you in the next 5 days are the things that help my clients. They're the tools, the resources, the mindset shifts, the support, the accountability that help my clients to achieve the goals that they want to achieve and that they set out to achieve. And let me just let you know that they are not small goals. I have helped someone reverse type 2 diabetes. I have helped someone get her body in a healthy position so that she can successfully conceive a baby, despite being told that would be really difficult for her, and she just had him 2 weeks ago. I have successfully helped people to completely change their relationships with food, with their bodies, with themselves, with their families, with their friends, with their lives. So the things that I'm going to show you, the things I'm going to teach you, the questions I'm going to ask you are big, important things, and I really want you to show up for yourself. So like I said, this is a taster of that community, and you'll be welcome, absolutely welcome at the end of these 5 days. Or even if you want to say to me halfway through this reset, Chrissy, I'm in, then you can absolutely just contact me, either reach out to me on Facebook or on the WhatsApp group, and you can come and join the community. And if you haven't been part of this reset, but you're listening to this podcast at a later date and you think, oh, that community sounds awesome, Chrissy, I want to know more about that, check out the show notes. So you'll absolutely be given that opportunity. Now, as I said, most of you have completed the reset form that I sent out, and I really appreciate you spending the time on doing that. Thank you very much. I have gone through that and excuse me, and what you told me were that your goals boiled down to a few things. Lose weight for most of you, get fitter and stronger, have more energy, take more time for self-care, and feel happier, more confident, and love yourself more. And you also told me that you struggle with consistency, particularly at the weekends. Time was a huge one. Other priorities in your life, motivation. Some of you are struggling with menopause. Some of you struggle with knowing exactly what to eat. Some of you are struggling with sugar cravings. tiredness, and building and sustaining habits long term. And whilst we're not going to touch on all of those in loads of detail, so for example, I'm not going to delve into menopause in this 5-day reset. I would say 80% of my clients are perimenopausal. So if that's something you want additional support on, please come and reach out to me. But I can absolutely signpost where I know menopause causes a problem. But we will touch on all of those things for sure, particularly things like consistency, time, motivation, and knowing what to eat and building and sustaining those habits. We're going to go deep on those ones. So over the 5 days, I'm going to try and cover as much as possible in these topics. But what we need to realise, what you need to realise, because I know this, is that it is impossible for me to help you fix all of the things you struggle with in just 5 days. That's impossible. But you're here to make a start on doing that. And some of my clients are doing this reset, and they will tell you I am a no bullshit coach. You will not get bullshit from me. If you want serious results that last you a long time, you need to make a serious commitment to get those. It doesn't just take 5 days. It doesn't just take a week. It doesn't just take a month, 6 weeks. For some of you, it might take you longer than a year. Most of my clients stay with me for more than a year. Okay? And if you've been around me for a while, or even done one of my other resets before, you'll know I am all about long-term changes. Long-term sustainable change, not quick fixes. So if this is a reset that you have done with me, or this is like your second or third reset that you've done with me, I would urge you to ask yourself, why is it that you keep coming back to just doing the reset? What is it that's not sticking between these? Because I did one in September and now I'm doing one in January. So if you haven't managed to build and sustain habits from September to now, what is it that's not sticking? What is it that you're not doing? And do you need the additional support? And that's exactly why I've built the Mum Boss at Home community, to be able to give you access to me at a accessible, affordable price, so that you can make these changes long term. So we can make a start, okay? And as I've said, if you want me to support you afterwards, I absolutely can. We can make a start on all of your goals. And we can get you out of the yo-yo cycle. We can get you out of the terrible relationship with food that you've got. We can get you out of the binge restrict cycle. We can get you out of the stuck in a rut. But these things take a longer time than 5 days. And so you might need additional support. So I ask you to keep your mind open to that. But let's start with a really, really harsh truth. You are stuck where you are right now because of you. That sounds really harsh. And I say it with love, but it is true. If you decide to quit on your goals, if you decide to be on the diet, off the diet, you're choosing to do that. If you decide to hit the button, if you decide to give up, you're choosing to do that. If you're not finding ways of fitting healthy habits into your life so that you practice them over and over again and they become the same as brushing your hair or brushing your teeth, you're choosing to do that. You're choosing not to find a way. But it's not your fault, because the things that you've tried before have not set you up for success. They've been too restrictive, they didn't fit into your busy and chaotic lives, but most importantly, they didn't give you the tools to make this work long term. And if you've worked with me before and you're coming back to doing this reset, because I know some of you are, And I know some of you have maintained the amazing results that we got the first time round, but some of you have fallen off a little bit because life has changed. And you now need to find a way of fitting the healthy habits into your life. And maybe you need to consider getting support to do that for a bit longer term, not just 4 weeks. So some of you I know used to work with me on my 4-week program, and I don't do that 4-week program anymore because I've changed as a coach, and I fully believe that things take longer than 4 weeks now. So you can't work with me for 4 weeks anymore. So most importantly, as I said, you weren't given the tools to make this work long term, and that's what I'm talking about here, is making this work long term. So I want you to promise and commit to yourself now that you're going to show up for you. That's what I want you to do. And I'm sorry to anyone listening, but I put my special t-shirt on. So for those people watching on the video, they can see I've got on my Mum Boss t-shirt on, and on the back of it, it says show up for you, because that is now the drum that I will be banging. Okay. I want you to feel positive. I want you to make time for your own self-care. I want you to love yourself. We love the other people in our lives. Okay, you love your kids, you love your partners, you love your parents, your siblings, your friends, and you show up for them. But so often you don't show up for you. And in order to show the other people in your life love and support and that you're there for them, you need to show up for yourself so that you can show up for them. So that's the commitment I want you to make for yourself right now. Okay. So there's a couple of things I just want to go through with you. So I'm going to just tell you the topics of each of the days coming up. So tomorrow we'll talk about mindset. Then we'll talk, I'm going to get all the days wrong here because we're starting on a Tuesday instead of a Monday. So Tuesday we're going to talk about mindset. Wednesday we're going to talk about excuses. Thursday we're going to talk about why it's not your fault. Friday we're going to talk exercise. And so you will get a podcast and a video, but you will also get the opportunity to join me for a live workout at 6:30 a.m. on Friday. And on Saturday we are going to talk about the scales not being the be all end all. Now, what I would ask you is whether you are in the Facebook group, whether you are in the WhatsApp group, or whether you're in both, please take part. Take part in polls, ask your questions, answer the questions I ask. If you don't say that you need help, I can't help you. So reach out to me. Make sure that you ask those questions, ask for help, and take part. There will be prizes at the end of the 5 days for the people that take part the most. And remember, you signed up for a reason. This wasn't something that I just added you to. You signed up for a reason. You put your hand up for a reason. So if you don't ask and participate and join in, you won't be getting the help and the support that you need. So as I said at the beginning, the main part of this is not going to be weight loss. I'm not going to be giving you calorie targets. I'm not going to tell you how to eat for the next 5 days to lose weight. We're really going to be looking at two main things, and that's mindset and habits. But what we're going to be weaving into all of that is the principles that I use with my clients that really will help you to achieve your goals. So there are some habits that I want you to commit to for the next 5 days. And with the video in the Facebook group, and also when I send this round on the WhatsApp group, I will send you a document which is a daily diary. Okay, and it's going to enable you to record that you've done each of these habits each day for the next 5 days. I'm also going to be sending you some little pictures, some little stories that you can share to your Instagram story, to your Facebook story, or to your Instagram or Facebook profiles. And I would love for you to be sharing those and sharing with other people that you are undertaking this. And I'll give you a little demonstration of how you do that once I've sent them around. And that is another way that you can earn prizes at the end. So the more you participate, the more you share these things to your social media and you tag me in, the more chance you will have of winning a prize at the end. So your habits are going to be that I want you to get out for a walk outside every day. Okay, now ideally it would be about 30 minutes, but if you can't do 30 minutes, then do as much as you can. I would like you to eat at least 5 portions of fruit and veg every day. I would like you to have a portion of protein with every meal. I would like you to set aside some time for you every day, and that can just be 10 minutes. Okay, and you've got some little journaling space in your daily diary that you can use to just reflect on how the day's gone or what's in your head, and kind of utilize that 10 minutes for yourself. And I'd like you to drink at least 1 litre of water per day. Now, as I said, there's a workout available at the end on Friday. We'll be doing a live workout together, and that's really, that's going to be really fun. It's not the main part. Exercise isn't the main part, but if you do undertake exercise every day, that's brilliant. The point is we're making a start on your goals. Okay. So that's the most important part that I want you to take away from this. So every day you're also going to get a daily task, and today you've got a couple of daily tasks, I'm going to be honest. I would like you to read the daily diary that I've sent you and have a look at planning your week. I want you to think about, right, when am I going to get a walk outside every day? How am I going to get protein in my diet every day for every meal? Where am I going to get my me time? How am I going to make sure I hit that fruit and veg target? And what do I need to do to make sure I drink the water? So I want you to plan your week. If you haven't done your weekly shop, I want you to read the nutrition guide, which is also part of your daily tasks, and do your weekly shop, whether it's online or plan to go to the shop either later today or tomorrow. If you use the excuse of I can't get to the shop, well, it's not an excuse. Everyone can get to the shop. Everyone can get to the shop, or go on one of the supermarkets and get a few extra bits delivered to yourself tomorrow. That's not an excuse. So if you don't have enough fruit and veg in the fridge to last you for the next 5 days, I want you to get some. If you don't have protein to add to your meals every day for the next 5 days, I want you to add some. There are lists of all of these food groups in the nutrition guide. Okay, so read that. So reminder here, daily tasks for today: read the nutrition guide, plan your week, do a weekly shop, and have a look at the daily journal. I'm going to put some polls in both the Facebook group and the WhatsApp group by the end of the day. I want you to make sure that you have ticked off as many of those things as possible. So there's your introduction. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope if you celebrated quite heavily last night, you are not feeling too worse for wear today. I'll see you in the groups. Don't forget, reach out if you need me. And if you've just listened to this and you're thinking, I really want some of that reset, and it's only the 1st or 2nd of January, you're not too late to join. Have a look at the link in the show notes. Okay, everyone, have a good day. Bye.